Hey guys, it's Rich,
And X.
and we are
Two guys talking games.
episode 8.
Ocho. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah.
What's up, X?
Man. Gaming and more gaming. Gaming and more gaming.
What are you playing this week?
Grand Theft Auto Online. Of course.
Yeah.
Everybody got their stimulus package.
Yes,
Everybody
they did.
got their 500K, it was awesome. That shit went in like 5 minutes,
Yeah.
a little less. Because I spent time looking to see what exactly I wanted to spend it on. And, of course,
Yeah.
I got an apartment, a better apartment than what I had. And, then I went and I souped up some of the cars that I had. So, I ended up broke.
I did too.
2.3 seconds. It was like gone. But
I did too, man. But it's as quickly as I got it. After
gone.
after you guys helped me out, you and Chaotic. Thank you guys for helping me out. My first character that was almost a whopping level 9 or 8, whatever like that. The game ate that and started me over again for some reason. I don't know why. But anyway, I got my money.
Yeah, you got your money, so you're good.
Got my money. Bought an apartment for $400 grand. Got a car. Now I got I still got like $100 grand left, but I get it when you say, as quick as you get it.
Yeah, man. As soon as you get it, it is gone.
Gone. Well, I got a nice place now. It's just,
Yeah.
It's huge, I need to start getting some people in there, maybe have a house party or something.
Little house party, call over some strippers. I already got a couple numbers of these girls, because I spent so much damn time in the strip club there.
In the club. Oh my gosh,
but
man. It's a lot of fun, man. A lot of fun. And what were we playing there? Survivor?
Yeah, so survival. Yeah,
That's...
easy 20 grand.
Yeah.
Easy 20 grand, easy leveling up, and
a lot of fun.
yeah, a whole lot of fun, You're able to soup up your cars that way, a couple survivors, and you got enough money to soup up your car at least halfway decent. Then you got to do those races and unlock the other stuff, and you're good.
Yeah, I'm having fun with it. More fun with it now than I was when it first went online. Because I'm getting more into it now, and you guys helped me up with the leveling and stuff like that. So, I don't know about you, but outside of GTA, I played a few. Oh, I played more of Alan Wake's American Nightmare.
Yeah.
But other than that, what else you playing?
Oh, of course, Pokemon.
Pokemon.
I'm at work, and that's all I'm doing. I feel bad because my Vita. I want to play my Vita. I got some great Vita games that are sitting there, but Pokemon, man, it's all freaking time consuming, dude.
Yeah.
And so, it kind of sucks, but it's Pokemon. I gotta give it up. I gotta give it to Pokemon, and actually, I also been playing with my wife and kids some Wii U. We've been playing some Mario.
I didn't know you had a Wii U.
Yeah. I bought my wife a Wii U.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh man. So what do you think about that? Do you like it?
Wii U is an awesome system. It is an awesome system. Actually, last night I had Chaotic and his girlfriend over, and me, the wife, and the kids. We were all after we ate dinner and stuff. The kids were playing Wii U, and in Mario, it's a 4-player. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
And then on top of that, on the big gamepad,
right,
that adds another person that could pretty much lay blocks for them. So they could, you could try to save them if they're falling, or make little stairs so they could get up and get 1-ups. You know what I mean?
Oh.
So it was the two kids, Adrian, me or his girlfriend. We would grab the other one, and my wife would be on the gamepad putting blocks and stuff like that. And when it first started, Adrian was with the gamepad, and I would tell Adrian, Adrian, put the gamepad, the little blocks to block them when they try to jump. So they would freaking, as soon as they would jump, they would hit the block and boom, just fall and die.
Come right back down.
I just kept freaking laughing, man. But it was awesome. It was a really good time. We're actually looking forward to Mario Party for when it comes out. Smash Brothers, of course, when it comes out, and we'll be hitting that. That's more of a group system. It's especially now with the type of games that they have, like the Mario parties and the Mario. What is that? What is the name of the? I forget the name of it because my wife just downloaded it off the marketplace there for Nintendo. And yeah, it's awesome. You know how now you could play the Mario platformer. You're not taking turns. You could all just
Yeah.
play on the same screen. You know, I mean, yeah, you granted you could do that on the old one for the Wii, but it's just this one's
Yeah,
getting a
Nintendo's,
lot more
man.
play, man. You know, so it's
Yeah,
a really
yeah.
really really good system. I was thoroughly impressed, and you know who else? Who was a really diehard fan for Microsoft, for 360, and he's all about 360, and is now considering buying a Wii U.
Who's that?
Chaotic Savage, Adrian.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh wow! So he was well. Nintendo's got those. They got a
he
lot
was
of big
impressed.
names, man.
Yeah.
They got the Mario's. They got the Zelda. You know,
Yeah,
they have a handful of huge games, huge names in
Yeah.
their games.
Yeah.
You know, just sell a bazillion copies. You know.
yeah, and for him to be that impressed that he might consider purchasing a Wii U now, I mean, I was like, wow, and he's
Yeah.
always been a huge diehard shooter and all this, and
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
so-
You know, speaking of shooters, I saw some news online about Call of Duty Ghosts the other day.
yeah,
And the title read, obviously they're trying to compete with the GTA 1 billion or whatever made. And it says, Call of Duty Ghosts sells 1 billion, and then it says, ... to retailers. I'm like, man, that ain't the same thing.
that is not the
Don't
same.
try to play it off like, oh wow, in 24 hours. So they're trying to say like, technically in 24 hours we sold more
No.
to stores.
Yes, you sold it to the stores, not consumers.
It's not the same thing.
So there's not all those people playing online on your no, there's not. There's
It's all those stores
people-
carrying.
Right. And I bet you right now you could go to GameStop. I bet you could go to Best Buy, Walmart, and
Get it
Target,
anywhere.
and they're all over the place.
Yep.
That game didn't sell out. That game you didn't have to get on a waiting list to go
No.
buy some if you didn't reserve.
It's
no,
everywhere.
of course not, because there's 1 billion in the retailers.
It's everywhere. You get it at 7-Eleven.
Yeah, of course, you probably can.
Yeah, 7-Eleven.
No, I could go to Cumberland Farm over here on the gas station.
yeah.
I bet
Yep.
you I could purchase it right there.
Get a little Slurpee and a copy of Call of Duty.
Yeah, but I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of Crappy Duty.
Yeah, I'm taking a break from the franchise this year. This is one of the I think it's the first Call of Duty I haven't gotten on day one, or the first week at least.
Yeah.
I just not this year. I'm not interested. I don't know why. I'm burnt out.
Yeah. I mean, and then, you look at websites like Metacritic and what Metacritic gave them.
Yeah.
I was like, man.
I looked on the day the game came out. It
I'll
had
tell you.
18 reviews up, and it had out of 18 reviews, there was a 75% ratio holding steady. For Call of Duty, that is extremely low.
That is.
I expected to
very low.
see like 88% maybe.
Yeah, or 90 or something, but
yep.
wow.
That's very low.
75. I guess some people are just getting
Yeah.
that feeling like, you do get burnt out every year. The same fucking game comes out, just a
Yep.
different story mode. For that, they might as well just make the story mode into DLC. It starts everybody's multiplayer all over again, and
Yep.
then everybody's trying to get on it and try to prestige and do all this shit. It gets tiring. Dude, after the first Modern Warfare was the last time I hit that multiplayer that hard. I didn't do it for
Yeah.
2. I didn't even
Yeah.
touch the multiplayer for 2. I did that what is that? Those special ops mission?
Oh yeah.
I did that in the campaign. And then 3 I never picked up. Black Ops 1 I played for a little bit. I didn't even hit it like that. And Black Ops 2 I just played for a little bit, and I was done. I was done. I mean, I was
They
like,
need
no.
to take I know they need to take a year off. I think they need to skip
Then
a
they
year.
need to skip a couple years and come
Yeah.
out with something fresh.
Yeah.
Something fresh. And basically what Call of Duty Ghosts did was try to copy a lot from Battlefield. That's
Yeah.
what they tried to do. But unfortunately, you're not going to go anywhere because the size of your maps are tiny.
Yep.
You cannot compete against Battlefield in the same spectrum. You just
Yeah.
can't. If you play in a Battlefield game and you see how huge these maps are, that you got jets, helicopters, tanks, you're the maps are so huge. For the next generation of consoles, these maps are even going to be even bigger than the ones for the 360 and the PS3, because it's going to be 64 player. It's going to be 32 versus 32. And for the PC, like let's say Battlefield 3. Okay? Battlefield 3, you had the PC version and the console version. The console version was a lot smaller, the map size. Now, mind you, maps for the console were huge, but they were scaled down because from the PC version, because the PC version was able to do 64 people at once, while the current gen right now is only able to do 32. So you're going to have these huge, massive battles going on. There's no way Call of Duty could ever compete against them from having their small, little, tiny maps.
No, and they're claiming the maps are bigger.
It doesn't happen. I don't care how bigger they think. I'm not able to jump on a helicopter and fly around and kill people, or jump in a jet, and I'm not going to do a strafing run. Ooh, I did a thing and I killed. No.
No vehicles. No.
Give me vehicles like Battlefield, like Halo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what makes the multiplayer awesome. And that's what keeps it fresh. You know what I mean? Because you're not doing the same thing each time, which is running around, shooting, you're dying. Running around, oh, you killed a couple people, you did a big attack, okay, then you die. No.
So you're getting Battlefield 4 for the Xbox One?
Of course. That's day one pickup for me.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, that's their maps are gigantic.
It's gonna be huge, man.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna be a big game. I played the beta for Battlefield 4, and I liked it. The map was huge. I don't know the name of the map, but it was huge. And they're claiming that the Call of Duty maps, they're not saying they're bigger than Battlefield 4, but they're saying, I guess, they're bigger maps on Call of Duty, for the franchise, which is fine, but there aren't any vehicles.
No, of course not. So how big can it be if you don't need vehicles?
Right.
How big can it be if you don't need vehicles?
And there's actually something to be said for our topic of the week. I have some stuff to be said about Call of Duty and a couple other franchises with our topic of the week.
Yeah.
So, do you want me to start that up, or what do you want? You want to talk about anything else before that? Or?
No. I mean, if you want to do the topic of the week, we could jump on that, and then afterwards, I guess we could talk about some of the other stuff. Or do you want to talk about that stuff now?
Oh, I do want you to, if you can, I'd like you to address. I had the issue with the next generation consoles with the hard drive space.
Yes.
And that's a big concern for me because of the size of the games.
Yes. As for me, but we all know that PlayStation, Sony's having their PlayStation 4 to have a swappable hard drive, internal hard drive, just like the PS3, and which it is awesome in concept, but the only problem is the price. I'm not gonna wait around 3 or 4 years for the price to go down to then be able to do it. It makes no sense. Not with the size of the games or how they are right now.
Yeah.
They're talking about like the Samsung 840 Evo. They actually came out with 3 different prices. The 250 gig swappable internal hard drive for the PlayStation 4, in case you ever run out of the initial 500 gigs. An additional 250 gig hard drive will cost you $175.
Ooh.
A separate 500 gigabyte internal swappable hard drive for the PlayStation 4, again a Samsung Evo 840, will cost you $340.
Oh.
Okay? And the big one would be another Samsung 840 Evo for a 1 terabyte size swappable hard drive for your PlayStation 4. It's going to run you $596. Now, on day one, I don't see why anybody would care about doing any of this, because if you're going to sit there and purchase a 1 terabyte hard drive, it's going to cost you more than your system and that 1 or 2 games that you'll purchase with it. You know what I mean? It is ridiculous the amount that these hard drives are going to cost. which Samsung is really messed up for doing this for a 1 terabyte, hard drive internally that you can swap out for the system. Running you $596 is ridiculous when an external hard drive, 1 terabyte from Toshiba, you know what I mean? It'll cost you like maybe 100 and change, maybe a little bit less if you catch it on sale.
So the difference is the internal drives are more than the external ones? Is that what?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they are. And I know that Sony is not. They already said that you will not be able to use external hard drives on their system, but you will be able to swap out the internal one.
Okay.
Microsoft has said in the past that they are compatible with external hard drives, not internal, because the Xbox One is going to be stationary.
I gotcha.
So basically, you'd be able to purchase an external hard drive for your Xbox One and connect it and use it that way. So, a nice Toshiba 1 to 2 terabyte hard drive will probably run you like two and change. Is a lot more. It's feasible. It's more comprehensive than spending a 1 terabyte for 596. I mean, it's just the money's not the money. No, it's just
a lot.
It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. I just wanted to point that out there.
Yeah.
It's messed up what Sony is doing. What I would really not even Sony. It's Samsung. It's Samsung who's doing these prices.
Yeah.
Like I said, the best course of action for these two companies to do would be the cloud-based service.
Yeah.
Offer up some space on the cloud-based service so that way we could download our games onto there.
They got to do something with that.
Let us purchase space. I'll gladly spend $100 to purchase a terabyte on the cloud.
Sure.
Of course.
Sure.
Of course I would.
Absolutely, I would too.
Because I'm grabbing a terabyte on the cloud service. I'll stuff all the games in there and just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll be more than happy to do that. Would I need to do that right off the bat? No, of course not. Because I have 500 gigs. But down the line, if that's the service that they offer, that'd be the best thing. That would be the best thing. And the next
because 4, 5, 6 months down the line, you're going to have to.
Right, and the next best thing would be the external swappable hard drives. I mean, hard drives.
Yeah. Yep.
So, you know what I mean? It is what it is. I'm not a big fan of Samsung doing that with their prices for those internal swappable hard drives that are comparable with the PlayStation 4. And I got all those figures from Kotaku, which is
a that's a hefty fee, man, for the big one, for the terabyte one. That's $600.
Yeah.
That's wow.
$600. Not gonna happen.
That's not gonna happen. You're right. Well, like I said, hopefully by the time this does become a major concern for gamers who invested all this money in their consoles, they're gonna announce something that's gonna be fair to the customers.
I hope so.
We'll have to sit back and wait and see. I hope so too, man.
Yeah, because it's gonna be ridiculous if they don't.
Yeah.
It just is.
Well, the topic of our week, we put this on our Facebook page. Man, you're getting a lot of air.
Oh, I am?
Yeah, it sounds like oh, never mind. It sounded like an airplane was going by your house.
Huh.
Oh, wait, an airplane's not going by your house, is it?
No. Let me shoot
I just saw one in the window.
Let me shoot it down. No.
You got the artillery for it. Let's see. So this week's topic is now that this console generation is coming to an end, looking back, what would you have changed?
Man, oh man. What would I've? Oh my God. Okay. All right. Of course. The big thing I would have changed would have been had Microsoft come out with a sturdier console. Even if they had to wait a couple months, come out with a sturdier console. Of course, everybody's dreaded problem with the Red Ring of Death. Even though they did kind of make up for it by extending the warranty on all the systems up to 3 years.
Yeah.
it was still a hassle. It was still a hassle. It was still a big disappointment. The red ring of death really hurt. But I was one of the lucky few that my original 360 that I purchased on day one did not red ring on me for almost 4 years.
Wow.
Almost 4 years. It lasted me, and I held on to that bad boy. But then, of course, then I got the Modern Warfare one, and then now I'm on the Slim. And the reason why I ended up purchasing a Slim was the other problem I was having with their consoles. The freaking disc tray. Those disc trays on the older model 360s would damage after time from so much use. You know what I mean? We'd always use them, swap out the game, and you so much that you would call customer service and they would ask, well, do you have a paper clip? You're gonna want to position it here, press it in, and it should come out. And I'm like, so basically,
shouldn't have to do that.
Yeah, basically every time I would have to go switch out game, I would have to go get a paper clip and jam it in the little hole and have it come out. You know what I mean? It was ridiculous. There was no need for consoles to do that. That's why I'm really happy with the Xbox One model with the no disc tray there.
Oh,
and it's just disc fed,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Those were the two main huge hardware flaws that I had and that I experienced with my consoles that I would have changed. The other one was a little less significant for me, but from what I'm hearing now, it kind of bothers me. When the console first came out, Final Fantasy XI, a big MMO, came to the Xbox 360, and I don't know if you ever played it, but I played the demo, and so did Chaotic because we played together, and we got in, and you actually play with people on the PC.
Yes.
People that were playing on the PC. So I'm like, okay, so if I'm able to do this then, a couple years ago,
right?
Why was there no huge onslaught of MMO titles? You know what I mean? There was no MMOs. There was no MMOs.
Followed that.
And I really hope that they would have came out with more. I would have jumped on it, and they could have resolved the issue of the whole, having to pay more or keeping it as an Xbox service or whatever. So so that bugged me. But then there's what they're saying now for the Xbox One. This is what bugs me. That if you're gonna play with all these MMOs that are coming to the Xbox One, you won't be able to play with people who are on the PC. And that they're not able to do that. I call that bullshit because look at Final Fantasy XI. We were able to do it then.
Right.
They're not allowing that right now because Microsoft is on their freaking bullshit about wanting to own everything and not letting people, you know what I mean, play together like that. And that what that hurts is the gamers, not their pockets. It hurts us. You know what I mean? And that sucks because now we can't play MMOs with people online, and yet Sony does. You're able to play all the MMOs that are coming out for Sony with people on the PC. What the hell is your problem, Microsoft? Just open it up. Stop trying to own, where everybody plays, and just open it up because you had done it before. You know what I mean? It's not like it's impossible, So that's that's my issue for the Xbox 360 one. What I would have changed, and what I would change for the one upcoming now for the Xbox One. But now on to my PlayStation 3. System was great. Blu-ray was awesome. The one major thing that really got me was the games. The freaking games. Okay. Why was it that in 1 year for the Xbox 360 I would have Gears of War coming out, Mass Effect coming out, and probably a multi-system game coming out,
Right.
probably like a
Right.
Battlefield, like Bad Company 2 or something. So I would have all these games to get from my Xbox, you know. But then I'm looking at my PS3, and they would only come out with like maybe one.
Yeah.
But hardly ever, because a lot of the times they just left the fall, which is like the biggest time for the games to come out, to
Yeah.
multi-system games. And very rarely did they come out with their personal IP games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With their exclusive games. Come out, you know, and that's the big issue I had. Why couldn't I get a Uncharted game come out the same, like a month before
Right.
or after God of War, and then or Killzone or Resistance? You know what I mean? Give me that. Give me something. Here comes summer. Here I'm June, and I'm going. I'm gonna go put my reserves, or I'm gonna order it from Amazon, and I'm looking, and I'm like, okay, for Microsoft, I got this, and I got this. Okay, I got those reserved, and bam, they're gonna be coming in. If I look for Sony, one. I'm like, what the hell? What the hell, man? You know?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
The games, they never came out with games consistently that just made me play the system more. They you know, they relied too much, I feel, on multi-system games that, you know, you're offering multi-system games on this system, you know, play it over here. It's like, no. I want to play exclusive games over there. That's what I want. I want exclusive games. You know?
So you felt they didn't have enough exclusives coming out?
Yes. At one point in time.
Yeah.
Now, if you look back right now, their list of exclusives that I like to play, like, because I'm a big shooter fan, okay? I could get the 3 Uncharteds, the Resistances, the Killzone, and the God of War. Okay?
Right.
Those IPs. Okay. Those 4 major IPs for me throughout all these years, okay? Granted, yes, they came out with multiple of them, but it wasn't something, it was just one at a time. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, give me a year that a Killzone came out, okay? And a God of War came out, and Uncharted came out.
Right.
Give me that fall. Where is that fall for me? That fall lineup. Give me that. Where's my Resistance, God of War, and Killzone?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where is that? Where is it? You know what I mean? No, they didn't. They only would have come out with an Uncharted. Okay. The next year they would come out with a Resistance. Okay. And the next year they came out with God of War. Okay. And then the one Killzone they came out with. Okay, there it is. And then okay, here's another Uncharted, and the following year here's another Resistance. It's like, no, come out with these games. You know what I mean? Back to back. Give me more games. You know, I was sitting there with the 360, and I'm like, damn, I got Fable 2 coming out.
Right.
I got Mass Effect coming out, and I got Gears of War coming out all in the same year. You know what I mean? I got Halo 3 coming out. I got all these other games that are coming out at the same time, and I'm like, oh hell yes. And jumping on it sucked.
Oh, Bioshock.
It sucked.
Remember Bioshock came
Bioshock
out at the
too.
same time period, and
It sucked. It sucked because I really wish I would have had more of that type of experience on my PlayStation 3.
Right.
That's what I would have changed for it.
That makes sense. I mean, you know, if you think about it, because, I mean, overall, I've always felt the 360 had too much for me to play. As you know, I've always gotten stressed because I'm like, how do I get through this library of games? And I think that's also because I also preferred the 360's multiplayer portion because all my friends were on my 360.
Right.
And the PS3, I always felt like I didn't have enough to play because, you know, the game. Now, when I did play an exclusive, I mean, they hit it out of the park.
Right.
You know,
They were great exclusives, but
when they came out,
man, give me 2 or 3 of them a year, like
Yeah,
how
they
they were coming out from Microsoft for the Xbox.
right, or I would say 2 or 3 a quarter.
Well, yeah. I'm like,
I
damn.
want them even more often. But yeah, I know exactly what you're saying because that's one of the issues that I got down for both consoles as well. I had some stuff for the Wii too. The Wii also, I meant not the Wii part too. Just a few things on the Wii quickly. Now, the way I did this is, I basically what would I have changed? I know some of the stuff couldn't have been changed, but I'm thinking if I were king for a day, I pull out all the stops and I want this. So I'm changing what I want to do.
Yeah, it's like this got to be like this.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it could have been done, but
right.
I just have a few things for the Wii. I would have included Blu-ray and high definition games.
Yes.
Even if it wasn't available at launch, they should have waited.
Right.
All right. Then again, it didn't seem to matter because I just read that the Wii has officially sold over 100 million units.
Right.
So, guess it didn't matter for them.
No, it didn't matter.
So I'll do the PS3 first, and then I'll go on to the 360. For me, the whole menu and the interface on the PS3 was a little difficult for me to use.
Okay.
Never felt it was an easy menu to navigate.
Yeah.
The main menu never really looked inviting to me.
Yeah.
I always felt lonely playing on the PS3 because most of the big online games, like I was just saying, I played on my 360. So there were never a lot of multiplayer games I played on the system. I usually just played the exclusives, like I played Heavy Rain, The Last of Us, God of War. So that was the game portion.
Yeah.
The controller, I know we talked about this. I wish the controller was slightly bigger so it didn't always feel like my hands were swallowing the controller.
Yes. You would cramp up easier on
you
the
had
PlayStation.
The cramps too,
yeah,
right?
On the PlayStation controller rather than the Xbox controller. Yes.
I always had the hand cramping.
Oh yeah.
And I remember when I first started playing Dark Souls for the first time, I was on the PS3, and my hands would cramp up really bad. So I'd have to take breaks and this and that. But another thing I had an issue with the PS3, take out the beep sound when you press the power button on. I know it's a small issue, but I don't want to hear beeping. I just, I mean, that would be fine for someone who's blind.
Yeah.
But if you're blind, you shouldn't be playing a video game.
That is true as well.
It just doesn't match.
I mean,
it just doesn't make sense to me. So please take out the beep. I'm hoping the PS4 doesn't have any beeping.
Blind.
Yeah, and then my last issue with the PS3 was the console price at launch was way too much. You're talking $600 back in 2006 was absurd. Especially when you compare it to the PS4 releasing at $400 in 2013.
Right. Well, the reason why that happened, I believe, is because back then in 2006, Blu-ray was just coming out, and you already know when something just comes out, the expense of it is off.
I know.
I know. It was for comparatively to a Blu-ray.
Yeah.
The PS3 was a cheaper Blu-ray player than what the Blu-ray players were going for at the time.
Absolutely. You're right. So if you were going to get a Blu-ray player, you might as well have gotten
a PlayStation 3. Right.
But don't forget, this is me being king for a day.
Right. Correct.
I just thought it was absurd. I remember that. I mean, just if they even got down to $4.99 because the 360 released at $3.99.
Right.
It wouldn't have been that bad, but that's just my little quirk for the pricing. For the 360, my first biggest issue, dependability, was almost non-existent.
With that red ring killing you, man.
But it wasn't even a red ring. I had a red ring on one of the 5 systems that I purchased since launch. That wasn't even the issue. It was just other issues just not working. I think Microsoft should have given customers something other than 1 month live membership.
Yeah.
When your Xbox broke,
they
should have offered you something else.
Right.
Not to mention, my launch console didn't work on day 1.
Damn, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
That
I
console.
forgot about that.
Oh, it's like we are not off to a good start, guys. And then what happened was a few months later, I'm in Target. My wife sent me out to get like milk.
Yeah.
And I ran out to Target, got a gallon of milk, and while I was there, I picked up a 360.
Yeah.
One that I couldn't get at GameStop.
Right, of course.
Because they weren't available anywhere.
Because Game Socks, Game Dirty Hamper, bottom of the hamper socks.
Yep, Game Sock, yep.
They didn't have it available, right.
No, but Target did.
But Target did, of course. And I'm sure Best Buy did too, and so did Walmart and Kmart and all those other stores.
I'm sure they did, but that's how that went down. And of course, the Red Ring of Death was a whole another issue. Yes. I did appreciate the fact that they did extend the warranty from 1 to 3 years.
Yeah.
So that did make up for it a little bit. But when I did call them on the numerous issues that I had with my 360s, plural, one of the times I called, they said, we can't locate your 360.
I remember that. Holy crap, that was back in, what was that, 07?
Oh, yeah, something like that, 07, 08, something like that. And I remember it went on for, I believe it was 6 or 7 weeks. They couldn't find it. They had no answers for me. Then I said, what are you going to do to compensate me for this? I mean, are you going to give me a free game? And they said, we don't do that. But we are going to give you 1 month live free. And I remember getting mad at them saying, you do that with everyone.
Right. You do that with everyone.
This is, extenuating circumstances. Not everyone goes through this. I think, if I were them, I would say, you know what, we're going to give you, we're going to give you a 1,600 Microsoft points card with a 3-month live, something that makes the customer happy.
Right.
Very similar to AT&T, because I've had my issues with them, but when you call them and there's an issue, they literally will say, what can we do to make this better?
Yeah.
And when you make a suggestion, they say, okay. That's why I'm still with them. Microsoft should do something like this. I remember I was so mad I called them, and they said, Microsoft customer service, how can I help you? And I literally said, yeah, Bill Gates, please.
Yeah.
And they say, what? You can't talk to Bill Gates. Why not? He's the boss.
Yeah.
And they laughed.
Of course they did.
So, anyway, that's that, Another issue I had was...
I didn't mean to laugh. It's just that you went through so much
I did.
With Microsoft.
I did, man. 5 360s, So it's like, at this point, the whole dependability thing, I still have an issue with that, If I slept on their campus, I'd sleep with one eye open.
Yeah, pretty much.
With a gun in my hand. I just don't trust them.
Yeah, don't trust them.
But another issue I had was one of your issues was the disc tray always looked cheap to me. Didn't like it. No disc tray.
Yep.
Didn't like the sound of it opening up, closing up. It just sounded cheap. Another issue. Whoa.
Oh. That's weird.
Yeah, that went super high just then. I'm telling you that, dude, that airplane or helicopter, they're circling your house.
I don't know. They're doing something. I think they're looking for me. We got to hurry this up because I think I see helicopters with spotlights. Man, I think they found
you.
I think they found out about my armory. I got to get the hell out of here.
They found you, man. Dang. All right, so I got another thing too here. The navigation in the whole system is very slow on the 360 that I found, especially lately. I remember we were talking about this where to get from point A to point B is maddening.
It is ridiculous. Especially when you do their apps with the Netflix. Oh my God! Don't ever do freaking Netflix because it's gonna take you forever.
Oh,
and if you press something the wrong button, then you're screwed because you're gonna have to wait an additional 3 to 4 minutes for the shit to go back.
Oh my gosh! No, you could literally get up and make a sandwich.
Yes, pretty much.
While Netflix is loading.
Yes, of course.
And getting into a game, big issue. So I'm really looking forward to. I've seen some videos on the Xbox One, and I know the PS4 is like this as well. But I didn't really have as bad of an issue with the PS3 with getting from point A to point B. I didn't use it as much as the Xbox.
I've never noticed the lengthy lag on the PlayStation 3 like I do for the Xbox 360.
No, I don't know what the difference is, but between the two, why one doesn't, the other one doesn't.
Right.
But yeah, that was especially lately. It's been bad.
Yes.
But I always thought the main menu on the 360, and the marketplace appearance never matched the console name. It looked too much like the Wii to me, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah.
And that always bothered me. It always was like, are they trying to be a little Wii-ish when they came out with the whole Avatar?
Yeah, because remember, we didn't have the Avatar before. When we first got it, there was no Avatar. It was just your picture, and that was it. You know, your
so
picture,
I think they were trying to
card. And that
yeah.
was it, you know? But then again, Sony did come out with Home and their own little Avatar section. So they also tried. They tried going after something that worked for Nintendo and tried putting their own spin to it. But then again, you know, it didn't match up to the little Nintendo, you know, the little Mii's, you know.
Right.
So
I always felt like they were chasing the Wii.
Yeah.
They were trying to be a little more user friendly and get out to the masses.
Yes.
Buying a little more like the Wii.
Yeah.
You know. So that was that issue. Then I had another issue with the no Blu-ray.
Yeah.
You know, if it meant postponing the 360 for a year.
Yeah.
I don't care, but you know what? They should have invested in Blu-ray.
But then again, they did do the whole HD, and they had their own little HD thing that had came out with it as well. I don't know if you remember. Well, you actually still have one, or no? You never got one.
What's this now?
That little piece that connected to your Xbox 360 that you were able to watch HD movies.
No, yeah, I do remember that. Yep. But I just, you know, like. Blu-ray, man. That was just like.
Well, yeah, I mean, because Blu-ray did win out over HD, you know. But it was.
Yeah, I remember a little HD DVD thing. I just, I know they wanted to be, you know, up first at bat.
Yeah.
They wanted the console to come out first, which is fine. But looking on that as well, I thought the 360 came out too soon after the original Xbox.
Yeah, it did.
4 years.
It did 4 years. Yeah, well, they probably did it just to beat out PlayStation before they came out with theirs. You know, that's probably the way they looked at it, because they, mind you, they did come out like midway out of PlayStation's lifespan. PlayStation 2, you know what I mean? So that's probably.
That's right, because the PS2 came out. What year do you think that came out? The PS2.
I don't remember.
98 maybe?
Probably 98. 97, 98, something like that.
Yeah, and the Xbox came out in 2001.
Yeah.
So so they're probably trying to get one out as quickly as possible.
Yeah, and then the other one to compete against the PlayStation 3. They wanted to stay current,
right.
You know?
Well, I mean, that's and I do, you know, I appreciate that. It was good because, you know, I was waiting for the 360 at the time as well, so no big deal. But then looking back now, it's like, wow, 4 years, you know.
Yeah.
And if you look at the Xbox 360 to the Xbox One life cycle, you're talking 5, 6, 8 years.
Yeah, 8 years.
So.
8 years, you know,
and it probably might be even longer before the fourth one comes out, because maybe, you know, with modern technology and this and that, consoles lifespans are longer.
Yeah.
So whatever. Then I had a little portion that I wrote down for games only, not consoles.
Okay.
What I would have changed. I would have had the Gears of War trilogy spaced out a bit more.
Okay.
And I would have excluded Gears of War Judgment altogether.
Yes. I agree with you on that. I mean, that just felt like a DLC that they just put together and said, let's make this into a full game and have Gears of War back up on multiplayer. So people would play that on multiplayer. That's what I felt. What they did and why they did it, and they really shouldn't have. They should have not have put that game out.
Yeah, I played it. I thought it was good, but the whole Cliffy B trilogy, I thought if they kind of milked it a bit and made people wait just a bit more, because I think the first Gears game came out in 2006.
Yeah.
The second one I believe was 2008.
Yeah.
And then was Gears 3 2010 or 2011? I
think it was 2011.
Yeah. I think they waited a bit for that, which was fine. But if they could have just spaced out a bit more and really milked it, I would have done that. And then I had a few issues with other games as well. Please, less games for the Assassin's Creed series. Call of Duty
Yeah.
and Madden.
Yes.
We don't need a yearly game.
Yes. Yeah. That I think that yearly game is ridiculous. I think it's just, they're like, oh well, these consumers are dumbasses. Let's put out the same game, just switch out a couple of little things and put a whole new name on it for next year. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, man.
Yep. I agree.
I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that yearly shit, and I really hope Battlefield does not go that way.
Yeah. I'm hoping as well.
So
They might, because I really hope they don't. Also, I think every 2 years is perfect.
yeah, every 2 years is fine. Every 2 years is fine. I'm not in a rush to play a new Battlefield. I'm not. Just go and take it easy.
Yeah.
There's other games out there that I could play. Bust it
Yeah.
out every 2 years. We're good. I don't need that shit every year.
Yeah, because, geez, Assassin's Creed every year, Call of Duty every year. I mean, just, geez, enough is enough. Madden every year. And every year, you know what I'm hearing more and more? Every year when it comes out, a boatload of people run out and get it. And then you hear, more so than not, you hear, it's the same as last year. Nothing has really changed. That was dramatic. It's because it's been a year. It's not enough time.
And these are people that are not really researching on what's new for it this year. And you'll see there's nothing new for it.
Yeah. Yep. Nothing new enough to go out and buy it.
Right.
So it's just... and then I had a few other game issues. First of all, I would have never made a sequel to Condemned.
Yes.
Unless it was good. Which it wasn't, so I wouldn't.
Don't rush it. Don't rush it,
No, it just made no sense, because when you played it, you're like, I don't even know what's happening right now.
Why would you do this?
Why would you ruin it? It was such a great standalone game, and, I would have had a sequel to Mirror's Edge.
Yes. Out already, even though they are.
Yes,
it is in the works for the new generation. But I would have came out with that already. Mirror's Edge was an awesome freaking game.
That was a really good
I
game.
really liked that, and that was one of the only games actually that I went throughout the whole thing without killing anybody.
Without shooting, right? It was like a one of a kind type of game. It was really interesting. I liked it a lot, and it was different.
Yeah.
Which was really cool, and it was a cool story too.
Yeah.
And then my last issue with games for this, what would I have changed? My very last thing is this: I would have invested a lot more money on promoting and expanding Shadowrun.
Yes. I would not have killed Shadowrun.
No.
I would not have. Shadowrun still has people playing today.
Yes,
like we
they
could
do.
literally, when we're done recording, go
Yep.
get on, and we could actually sit there and get on some multiplayer games with the people who are playing Shadowrun right now. And Shadowrun is a game that came out in 2007.
That's correct. And there's
and it's
still going strong. Yep. Yep. I would have done the same thing. I mean, because they talked about releasing DLC packages where other magic could have been unlocked, and this and that. And I just feel like I don't know if it was FASA's fault or Microsoft. They probably pulled the plug.
Microsoft purchased FASA, and then fucking they just did away with it. They're like, well, we're not gonna mess with that IP. That's messed up. Please, man, you don't know what I would give to play a new Shadowrun game.
Imagine if they redid that for the Xbox
awesome.
One.
That would be
and
awesome.
Just back online and just redid the whole thing.
Awesome.
I to this day, like you said, 6 years later, I still am scratching my head thinking, why is this game so good and they invested so little?
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
I mean, the fans don't lie. The numbers don't lie. I mean, there's still, like you said, you go on today,
and you can
there are
play
still games. You get right into a game.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't add up. So that would have been my last thing to change.
Yeah.
I did want to say something about Facebook.
Yeah.
I don't want people to think I'm not getting back to you or X isn't getting back to you. We get a lot of inbox messages answering the topic of the week or just answering questions, and we don't always get back to you guys because sometimes the numbers get a little high, and they're probably going to get higher too because hopefully this is going to grow bigger.
Right.
So we do the best we can, but we don't always get back to everyone.
We're trying. I apologize if I wasn't able to get back to you. But it's just it's a lot. It's a lot, But
we appreciate the comments though.
yes,
We really do. But so what we're gonna do is we're gonna pick one a week to read on air, and with the question of the week, now the console generation's coming to an end. Looking back, what would you have changed? We're gonna pick one that they actually someone actually posted on the page. This is from Michael Payne.
yes,
He was talking about he would change the fact that you had to have an Xbox Live account to get some cool stuff.
yes.
And
That's
he's
pretty
right.
cool. Yeah,
he's very right.
he's definitely right.
And I'm wondering if Michael Payne's going to invest in the next generation. If he's getting one of these consoles on day one, or if he's going to pass for a while. I'm really interested to hear that as well, or see that.
Yeah, and
what are people doing?
I know. I know we're getting a lot of the comments are people are more inboxing us than putting it in the comment things. Please just feel free to put it in the comments.
Right on the page.
Right on the page. I mean,
Yep.
It's awesome that you guys are inboxing us, but it'll help to differentiate between the comments that you guys are inboxing and the questions or suggestions that are coming in.
Yes.
On our inboxes, because it piles up, and then we're sifting through, and it's like, well, this should have been a comment, this should have been put in comment, this should have been put.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, just it's awesome that you guys are sending us messages and comments and stuff, but please just put them in the comments, and then we'll. That way we'd be able to respond better to everybody else's inboxes.
Absolutely. Yep, that's a great idea. Well, that's about all I had.
Yeah, me too,
this
man.
week. You know what I'm saying? That's it. If you guys just please go onto YouTube, make your comments. Subscribe, like, and comment on Facebook.
Go to Facebook and keep liking it. I'm souped. This past week when we went up so much from our last week numbers there on liked, and we want to thank everybody for making that possible. I really appreciate it. Thank you, and I really hope you enjoy the show and that you'll keep listening.
That is correct, man. I hope this gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Let's make it as big as we can.
And Chaotic, it is always your privilege to game with us.
That was funny.
I couldn't go off without ranking on Chaotic. Like I always.
You're like you just want to be able to say that you play Grand Theft Auto with two guys talking games. He's like, yep, that's it. You caught me. What a privilege, man.
Yeah, what a privilege. Oh man. We were just ranking on him.
Yep.
So.
Well, we are
two guys
talking games, and we'll see you guys next time.
Peace.